Hi guys, welcome to Guru Beauty. I'm Jodie and I wanted to do a nice neutral look for you today. I'm using mostly MAC eyeshadow colours, and also I give you a little review and demonstration on a new product from Garnier. It's their Miracle Skin Perfector, which is their aim at a BB creams, and it's from Garnier, who are responsible for those new anti-dark, well not new, they're over a year old, anti-dark circle roll-ons in tinted and caffeine roll-ons for your under eye circles. It's the first time I've seen this product on the shelves. It's called their Miracle Skin Perfector. It's a daily all-in-one moisturizer that instantly perfects your skin. Here you can see it says that it evens the complexion, reduces sunspots and imperfections, boosts a healthy glow. Reading that upside down in the monitor, tinted 24-hour hydration and UV protection of SPF 15. On the shelf, all I saw was light and medium, and I picked up light. I did actually try them both on my hand, and the medium did look quite a bit darker than the light, but also quite a bit more pink toned. And while I do have pink tones in my skin, I just cannot stand pink toned, you know, products that are too pink toned on my face. So this is a little bit more yellower toned, and I think probably like a lot of BB creams that are out there on the market, just in one color, it will sort of adapt to your skin tone. So while I have an NW25 and I find that this light works for me, I would definitely not rule it out if you were a lighter complexion, and you know, see how it works for you. So what was interesting, I thought, about this product, which I bought from Priceline for $13.99. If you're anywhere else on the planet, particularly towards the US side of things, I'm sure you'll find this for less than $13.99, but probably, you know, probably around the $10 mark, I'd imagine. So it does have vitamin C here and mineral pigments. You can see it comes in a nice 50ml tube, which I'll take out and show you in a minute. But I just wanted to read you a little bit about this product. So it does actually say, how is it different? It says that it's inspired by BB creams. It's Youthful Radiance Miracle Skin Perfector is a new generation product with a hybrid formula that combines long-lasting hydrating care with a light touch of makeup for instantly visible results. So it does say that this product is for you if you're looking for a skincare that instantly and effectively fulfills all of your skin's needs: hydration, comfort, UV protection, correction of signs of fatigue, dullness, imperfections and sunspots. And but it doesn't actually say what it does for things like your imperfections and sunspots. While BB creams do actually make claims of benefits, you know, therapeutic benefits to your skin, I cannot see anywhere on this product that the benefits that it provides to any skin imperfections is other than covering it. So, you know, I will finish up by basically just saying that I really like this product. I've worn it for a whole day before, and I have put it on now, so you can sort of see the coverage that it gives. You can see, you know, my freckles and any imperfections coming through there. That's just one layer applied with my fingers. I'll put it on for you just so you can get a feel for how it spreads and everything. But you know, it does actually call it on the actual packaging. This is the packaging, so it's in a squeezy tube here. It does actually say it's a daily all-in-one BB cream. So they go so far as to call it a BB cream on the packaging, you know, which is all the rage right now. Everyone's getting a BB cream, all the brands that normally, you know, are not Korean brands. But I do not see any claims here. You know, they make it scientific on the back of the packaging that, you know, they've done a self-evaluation, or 63 subjects have done a self-evaluation, claiming that, you know, over 80% felt that they had a feeling of hydrated skin. 96.8 said smooth skin just after application. 71% said it reduces redness. 90.5% said it unifies skin's complexion. 93% says it gives a healthy glow. 81% said it leaves skin's complexion luminous and radiant. Now, when you read things like it reduces redness, or you've got smooth skin just after application, or it unifies skin complexion, they're not necessarily that it's reducing your redness, it's that it could be covering your redness. So I am going to say that I really like this product, but I don't think it's a BB cream. I think that it's just a marketing ploy to jump on that BB cream wagon. I think this is no different to any other tinted moisturizer, but I will say that it's a good one, that I like it. So that being said, I'll just show you. So I'll squeeze it out of the squeezy tube and show you on my hand sort of that color. So that is the light, and you can see, you know, as it blends out, it really does you know, because it's a moisturizer, it's not heavy coverage, it will adapt to a lot of different skin tones. So I do have a little bit on my skin, but I've just got some on my finger, and I'll just show you on my face how it, you know, spreads out. Can't hurt to just put on a little bit more, can it? Now, I did find the other day when I wore this, I do like a sort of medium coverage these days. I'm coming from really wanting a full coverage to cover, you know, acne and discoloration and everything. I'm a bit happier with my skin tone since I've been using my Bourbon skincare for the most part, so I don't need as much coverage. But I will say that I was quite happy with the way this covered, with a bit of concealer under the eyes, and then I set this with pressed powder the other day. But when I've done this with other moisturising or tinted moisturisers, halfway through the day I feel like I've got nothing on my skin, no cover at all. And this was not the case with this Garnier product. I felt like even by, you know, early evening that my skin still looked pretty nice, pretty finished with those products. So any day that I was after a light coverage, I would reach for this product again. I was really quite happy with it. For $13.99 in Australia, it's a pretty good deal too. So it spreads really nicely. It smells really fresh. It's got a really sort of green fragrance to it, a really fresh green, almost citrusy. You know, if you like Dolce & Gabbana light blue kind of thing, you would like the fragrance, but it is fragranced, this product as well. So that's how it looks on the skin. You can kind of see the finish that it gives. It will dry off a little bit more, you know, around here just as I go, but just wanted to let you know about that product because it's quite nice. So as far as the eyes that I'm doing today, I have gone in just to fill the brows really lightly. I'm going to start with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, which I'm coming to the end of. Really like finishing off products. Okay, so I've just got a little bit of Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I don't often show myself putting that on, but there you go. Just lightly right into the lash line. Dab, dab, dab. I think this is less cakey compared to the Urban Decay Primer Potion, which I've had problems with it, you know, caking up sort of around here before I've even put on, you know, any foundation or anything with it. So I do prefer Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I do like the squeezy tube, but the Urban Decay has that too now. Much of a muchness. I think they work the same. I just prefer the formulation of the Too Faced. Okay, so I've got my Too Faced Shadow Insurance on, and while a lot of people use MAC paint pots as a primer, I always use my Too Faced. There's not a single day that I'm wearing makeup that I'm not wearing my Too Faced Shadow Insurance, and I will always put that under a paint pot. So today I'm applying some of the MAC Bare Study paint pot. Camera's just not wanting to focus. Bare Study paint pot, there you go. Just getting some on my ring finger there. It's a bit of a shimmery kind of colour. If you like matte or something just to match your skin tone, something like Painterly or even Soft Ochre, I think would be appropriate. Wherever I'm using a shimmery sort of eyeshadow on the lid, I'll reach for Bare Study, or if it's a darker shadow or a pinker shadow, I'll reach for my Rubenesque paint pot. Or the fourth one I have is Constructivist. I'll use that often if I'm going to be using a darker colour on my lid. So a lot of people just, if you can sort of see that on my lid, a lot of people just use that and go, but it's not enough. Not enough for me. So I've just put that on my lid, on my lids, and next I'm going to be going in with MAC's Shadestick in Gentle Lentil. And shade sticks are not my favourite product, so while I'm using it today because I want to use it up, they do have a tendency to dry out. They're a mechanical product. So if you've ever used a mechanical product, you know that in order for it to be used, you know, you've got a product in a tube, there's going to be air circulating all around the outside of that product, which helps to dry it out. One of the things I don't like about this, and I've seen it on other people's videos, is without any wear and tear, it's not attached to the plastic, it just slips in and out. So if you're not careful when you take the lid off, came this way brand new, it will just go flying out of the plastic packaging, which is not my favorite thing. So they do have a tendency to dry out, and they do have a tendency to break off the packaging. So I would not recommend, while I'm using this, I would not recommend that. If you have any kind of just brown eyeliner or any other product, use that. I'm just trying to use it up because I own it. So I usually just start off by warming it up on my hand just to kind of get it going, because if it is dried out, you know, I want to get it going. So I'm just going to start by putting that really roughly right at my lash line. I'm going to blend it in. Okay, so I've just got that on my eyelid. It's just going to give a bit of a colour base for some dimension. Next, I am going in with MAC's Restro-speck. MAC's Restro-speck is actually a luster, and a lot of people don't like lusters for many different reasons, I guess. It's not always very, very pigmented. I'll just show you how luster looks on my finger though. It's a very pretty sort of goldy colour. On my hand, you can just see the sheen there. So that's enough for me for an eyelid colour. So I'm taking my SS252, picking up some Restro-speck, and I'm just going to put that just over like the lower half of my eyelid. So I'm not going to go right up to the crease, just putting some on the lower half in a patting motion. Pat, pat, pat. Okay, now that I've got the Restro-speck just on sort of the lower half of each of my lids, I'm going to go in with MAC's Soft Brown. There it is there. Just using like this is an Essence of Beauty crease brush, part of that duo that Emily Noel raves about. So I'm just going to get some of that on my brush, and I'm just going to sort of go over the top, blending down into that Restro-speck that I just placed on there, and creating, you know, this sort of shape here, this blending out. Soft brown is a really beautiful sort of just blending out colour, and I'm going to lay that down just before deepening the outer V. Now with that soft brown down, just sort of on the upper half of the lid, blending, you know, outwards, I'm just going to get a clean like 217 or E25 brush from Sigma. Any kind of fluffy blending brush is fine. I'm just going to blend out that sort of transition colour. Okay, so now with that soft brown blended out, I'm going to be going in with some MAC Folie. I'm going to be using the same Essence of Beauty crease brush, but I'm going to be concentrating that Folie just more to the outer V, just to give some darkness there to that outer V, and blend that out a little bit more. Small circular motions to blend that, and don't bring it in too far. Blending out again with that clean E25 brush that we used to blend out the soft brown. Next I'm going to tight line, and on my waterline use some Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencil in Bourbon. I love that colour, it's a really pretty brown. When I finish it, it'll give me a chance to use some of my other browns that are probably even more long lasting, but the colour of Bourbon is just beautiful. I like to go between my lashes and then sort of blend that out. With that same Sonia Kashuk crease brush, I'm just going to grab a little bit more of that Folie, tap it off, and just blend out that lower lash line. So the pencil and the shadow are all sort of blended in under there. Helps the liner stay on longer too. Now I'm going to line the upper lash line with a push brush. This one is from Smashbox. It's just a nice sort of flat edge brush that you can use to really push product, you know, in a nice line into your lash line. Okay, so I've got that on my brush. I'm just going to push that. Now, if you're going for a more subtle look, you could skip that altogether. Because I laid down that shade stick underneath the Restro-speck, you still have some dimension on the upper lash line. And oftentimes, you know, even if I'm planning on lining my upper lids, I'll realize, you know what? I don't need to always line my upper lids, and it can actually look quite nice. So putting that shade stick down first just gives you some sort of dimension to work with if you do want to skip the liner. I think I forgot to say that the product I'm going in with the Smashbox brush on the upper lash line is actually MAC's Handwritten. It's not Folie, so it's slightly darker than Folie if I show you it next to Folie, but they really look, you know, quite nice and complementary next to each other. Folie, Handwritten. So I've gone underneath with Folie and on the upper lash line with the Handwritten. Just going to clean up a bit here, any fallout, make sure I'm all blended in. Okay, and the last things that I'm going to do are just go over my Restro-speck on the lid just to make sure that that colour really has a chance to shine through, and any product that's fallen down from the soft brown or the Folie step doesn't cover that beautiful colour of Restro-speck. Then I'm going to go in with just a highlight colour. This is MAC's Blanc type, and just with any brush really. I'm using a 219 here, but you can use any brush. I'm just going to highlight the brow bone and go into the inner corner just really lightly. I need all the help I can get these days to look awake and bright-eyed. Next, I'm going to pop on a bit of mascara and I'll be right back. Okay, now with the mascara on, I'm going to go in with some Eve Pearl Salmon Concealer in light medium. I've just got some on my finger there, and I'm just going to dab that on my inner corner where I've got dark circles. Okay, so to set that Eve Pearl Concealer, I am today going to use a little bit of Benefit's Powderflage, just dipping a fluffy brush into that, just really lightly, just because it's such a creamy product there from Eve Pearl. Sometimes it helps just to set it a little bit. Today for my bronzer, I'm going to go in with the Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel. I do love this product. Now, I've just started recently using my e.l.f. powder brush with this product. I like this because it's stiff enough to actually pick up some product. It's got a nice edge on it, so you know you can just use the edge to do some contouring before blending out. And yeah, it doesn't leave any brush fibers in your product. I love, love, love this product. It really is just the most, it's almost like you can't put on too much. The color and the sheen is absolutely gorgeous. It just gives you a really healthy glow. And I find that when I am using a lighter coverage product, it really works nicely with this in particular, because it does look just more of like a summery, bronzy glow that doesn't need so much coverage, you know, to really be able to pull it off. So I just love the finish that it gives. You've seen enough of this product on YouTube to, you know what people like about it, but I do really like it. For a highlight, I'm going to be going in with the Laura Mercier Golden Honey Glow Illuminating Stick that I picked up recently from Strawberry Net. There's different ways that you can put this on, but I'm going to, you can see it's quite a dark highlight. I'm going to just draw that on, and I'm going to blend it in with my fingers. Today I'm using Inglot AMC Face Blush, and that is in color 82. It's a really pretty, just sort of rosy, neutrally color. This is really pigmented, so you just squeeze out the tiniest amount that you can onto your hand. So there we go, tiny amount. I'm using Sigma's Duo Fiber Powder Blush Brush, the F15, that's how it looks. And I just dab that into the product. So I dab it into the product, and then I dab it over here just to distribute it among the bristles. I start sort of on the apple and just pat, pat, pat with a cream blush like this until I'm sort of, you know, happy with the placement, the coverage, and how well it's blended out. Pick up a bit more product from my hand. Okay, next I'm just going to go over that highlight blush section with one of my favorite MAC Mineralize blushes. This is Rhapsody N2. It was a limited edition, but it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm using a NARS Yachio brush there. Just dab it into the product and tap it off because it's quite shimmery. And I'll just dab that onto the cheeks there. It's just a perfect pinky, glowy highlight there. I love it. Okay, and then I'm going to go over my T-zone with my MAC Mineralize SkinFinish Natural, and my color that I use for that is Medium Plus. And I'm just going to go over the T section. You know, we've really tried to create a glow here, which is what I like to go for when I do go, as I said, with a tinted moisturizer. I'll be right back with the finished look, guys. Actually, before I come back with the finished look, I just wanted to do a demonstration. I just want a slightly more pop of color than what I've got there on the cheeks. So I'm going to use the NARS Cactus Flower Cream Blush. And I'm going to use that same brush that I put the Inglot on with. And I just want a little bit more color. And you can see what's so beautiful about this product is it's so bright in the compact. It's just gorgeous. Now, if I dip my hand in to show you, you know, it's really quite bright. But like with all NARS products, if you use a light hand, everything's so pigmented and buildable, but you use a light hand. So I'm just going to dab, 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 dab the brush in there just to test. I can test on the back of my hand to check that I have not picked up too much product. And just here, I'm just going to deposit a little bit of that cactus flower. And it's not nearly as scary as it looks. So it's just going to give me a slightly more color. But nothing like that. It's like their Exhibit A. That is one of my favorite blushes of all time, but it's the most frightening product you'll ever see in a pan, pretty much. But there we go. I'm much happier with that. To finish up with the lips, I will use my Chanel Beige Lip Pencil. I really like the Chanel Beige lip liner. It's just really nice and subtle. It gives you a line, you know, to get some kind of definition, but it's not too dark, which is great for some lip colors. And then I'm going to follow up with my Guerlain Kiss Kiss Stick Gloss in Brown Toffee 941. This is the finished look. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all again really, really soon. Have a great day.